Well, the Midwestern snows have come to Southern Ohio, and we are in for a chilly afternoon of football at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Right to the air goes Nix. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Mims in motion right. That is caught. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll run on first down. Holland. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. They go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to Chekhov. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here we go.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Right, 80? 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're... And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Chase Brown, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a handoff up the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now it's Nix. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Got Dobbs over the middle. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 20. Yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Harvey, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
1, ready?
3rd and 4.
Here we go.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Fant on the short completion. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The Bengals had a woeful 2-9 on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chris Godwin, 39 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it, and has given me the evil eye, folks. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second and 10. Throwing Nix. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Nix from the shotgun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
On one, ready? 12, 12, 12. Let's get set. 180. Right, hot. Hot. Hot.
Burrow looking to pass. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
12, 12, 12.
Burrow will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ready. 180. Wait, hot.
Mims in motion right. Nix to the air. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Shamar Stewart in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Nix throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Twelve. Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
2nd and 1.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. 49 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
11, MT, Shahad. 180. 11. Stop.
Running right, here's Brown. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
I'm 1.
3rd and 5.
Here we go. Can.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Evan McPherson for the Bengals field goal.
McPherson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
On play action, here's Nix. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Shamar Stewart picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Nix. Under pressure, they got him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's get set. Right in.
Now Burrow. Hard throw, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Gun. Dot.
An inside give, Brown. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Dot. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Dot.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Right 80.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by John Barrett. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. R.J. Harvey with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll set up a throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, 34 yards. And the Bengals are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability.
And it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was stopped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
they can get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. We'll take it inside the 25.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8.
Oh, my son. Still keep ready. 180. Wait, hot.
To throw is Nix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To throw, here's Nix. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Now 2nd and 9.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Here we go.
Back to throw here. Able to find Higgins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Little touch of time there critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
11 MT, 11 MT. Gun. Stop. 180. 11 Thomas.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
180. Stop.
Burrow will throw. And to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's get 11 MT. 180.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he's going to step up and run. That is intercepted. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
180. To the 12. Olay, olay, olay. Olay, olay, olay. Joe. Bombers.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Broncos
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's 2nd down.
Captain. Away.
He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Cincinnati, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.